Hello and welcome to Croft Circuit in North Yorkshire, where I am dressed in my fireproof racing overalls to drive a little shopping car. Yep, I'm here to try out this new CityCarCup, which is a brand new racing series for cars based on the Citroën C1, Peugeot 107 and Toyota Aygos. Now obviously you'll be looking at this and thinking, well, it's just like the Citroën C1 racing that I've already done, quite a lot of people have already done. And yes, although the basic car is pretty similar and the whole ethos of affordable racing in a cheap Super Mini is also along the same lines, the CityCarCup guys are aiming to do something a bit different. For starters, this is going to be sprint racing rather than endurance racing like the Citroëns, but there are a few technical differences with the cars as well, and obviously the biggest one being that you can choose not just a Citroën but also a Peugeot or a Toyota. That obviously opens up a whole world of new and a wider range of donor cars from which to build your racing car. And really that is what this is all about. It's about building your own racing car. You could buy one of these ready to go, 6,995, all built, all prepped, roll it off the trailer, take it to a track and race. You could obviously do it for a lot less if you build it yourself, but that's really the kind of attainability that we're talking about here. So if you were to split this between two mates or whatever, you could go racing for not much money at all. So what goes into one of these cars? Well, for starters, obviously a Citroën C1 and Peugeot or an Aygos. That's the building block. You can buy one of those for a few hundred quid. In fact, one of the cars here was 200 quid, but not expensive. So you start with one of those and then you take it to SW Motorsport and they will sell you all the bits you need to turn it into a racing car. That includes the roll cage here, things like the kick plate, fire extinguisher, all that kind of stuff. In terms of differences over the C1s, one of the things they wanted to do with this series, the C1s, as I know from experience, are quite soft. They feel like kind of standard road cars very much. The guys behind the CityCarCup want these to feel like proper little racing cars. So the suspension's a lot stiffer. We've got some proper grippy sort of tracked A-spec Nankang tyres on there as well. They've upgraded the suspension, they've stiffened the bushings. Basically, as I say, the whole intention with this car is for it to feel more like a racing car than the C1s in the existing championship. So they don't want to be compared with those constantly because, as they say, it's just a coincidence that they're using the same platform because there are so many of these cars available. They're easily bought, they're cheap to buy, they're good little cars. So that's the only reason that they use the same platform. There are of course others out there like the Enduro car and all those others as well. But this is the whole point of this, to say, is to do affordable sprint racing, and I'm really intrigued to drive it and see how it compares with other cars like this that I've driven. I'm quite excited to drive Croft as well. I actually grew up about 15 miles from here, but I've never driven around here, which is strange, but should be good fun. So here are the cars ready to go. It's just a case of picking whether I want a Citroën, a Peugeot or a Toyota.